What's up, Clark? Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks a lot. It's a nice setup here.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. We try.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to have you on Business and Beyond. You're actually our third guest ever. So I know exactly your background, and I'm just excited to share that with my audience and maybe even share it with your audience because I'm sure there's a lot of things that they don't know, right? The biggest things that I want to talk about, dude, 4 years, you've been in the business for 4 years, right? Well, 5 years now. Your fourth year, you did 86 deals with no paid ads. Like, who the heck is doing that, right? Maybe not a lot of people. You were also a nurse for 7 years, and now you're an investor. You own a VA company. Dude, you're killing it. Let's talk.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I guess I'm blessed about that. I don't know. Not a lot of people could do that if I'm gonna look at it from the outside, but I just do what I can do, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we're gonna get into that because you got to have a huge why, and I'm dying to hear what that is. But let's start here. So I understand you came from the Philippines, right?
Yes, from the Cordillera region of the Philippines, like a mountainous region.
Okay.
My shirt I'm wearing now is one of those fabric that's done in that part of the Philippines.
Okay.
We're in collectively we're known as Igorots.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, and I'm from the Bontoc tribe. And those tribes fight each other all the time before.
Wow.
They never got conquered by Spain. That's why our last names are not in Spanish. I'm from that part of from that part of the Philippines, and I finished nursing in the Philippines, and when I graduated and got my license as a nurse over there, I didn't want to work as a nurse, so I was in sales.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in this big companies where I got a lot of training too in sales. There was one time where the late John Quintanar got us to a city in Tagaytay, which is a few hours from Manila, and then one of our training was, hey, if you couldn't sell these products, you're not gonna sleep in the hotel. So they got us in the center of the city, and then they said, if you couldn't sell these products, you're not gonna go back to the hotel.
What?
You can't sleep in the park.
So okay, you got your degree as a nurse, and you're in the Philippines, and you're like, you know what? I don't know if nurse is for it. I'm going to do sales, and now you go to a hotel. So they have you sleeping at a hotel, and basically your training or your expectations are if you don't go out and get a sale, you can't sleep in the hotel tonight.
Yeah. So they took us all out to downtown of the city, and they gave us the products, and it said if they couldn't sell those products, you're not gonna go back to the hotel. That was just one. One of the first activities we did was also because when you're in groups like from people from the Cordillera, they're in one group. People from Manila, they're in one group. They all meet at this place, and then the June would go and shake hands with everyone, and then let us come in all in a circle, and then tell all the names of the people, and he memorized them all, who those are, and we were so impressed, and they said, okay, I'm gonna select one person from your group, and if that person will not be able to say the names of all these 50 of you, your group will not have lunch.
Oh my God.
So he gave us 20 minutes, and we did our best. But all of us had lunch. I would say that.
Wow, that's intense. So I'm curious. So what were you selling?
A bunch of things. I sold negative ion napkins. If you don't know what that is, that's a product I think made in Korea, and it's a sanitary napkin.
Okay.
I sold a bunch of those, and there's this whole presentation where we show how much it can hold versus how much the other brands would hold, and it's funny, but the men are the top sellers on that company.
The men, versus the women. Women, we usually think women. They're usually cleaning. That's interesting.
When I did that training, I was in a online based marketing company.
Okay.
And after that training, I just killed it at home. It's just It's just it gives you that like Superman complex that you can do this. Hey, you nearly slept in the city on a table, but you got out of there. It's something like if you did all this,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want. That was what it gave me on that training. They don't do those trainings anymore. Jun Quintanar passed away a few years ago, but that was the best training I ever had.
Yeah, that's intense training.
It is.
Okay, so it's a training, and do you have to pay for that training? So he teaches you this, or what?
Because he owned the company, we only paid like 500 pesos at the time. It's like $10.
Yeah.
And it already covered the 3-day stay on that the 5-star hotel, and the food and all that, because we were in that company, so they kind of pay for it already. But that was just intense.
Yeah. Hey, go out, take this napkin. If you can't sell a napkin,
hell yeah,
to a stranger on the street, you're not sleeping in a hotel tonight.
Yeah, that's how you sell ice to
an Eskimo.
Eskimo.
Dude, that's intense sales training. So you did training with the late, you said Jun
Quintanar.
Mm-hmm. Got you. And then was there any other like sales training that you did as well in the Philippines?
Aside from on the street training experience, no, those were my formal trainings in sales.
That's what your formal training.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So did you, when you told at some point, right, you're like, hey family, I'm leaving to America, like, how did they receive that?
Oh, well, it's they wanted to. Well,
yeah.
So my mom came here in 2006 and worked as a nurse.
Okay.
She got her papers, then she petitioned us as her family, and my sister came first, but she had to go back to school. But I was the first one who would go there and stay.
Okay.
So yeah, I slept in her couch for a few months, and yeah, I tried to work as a nurse in California, but California would not allow foreign graduates at the time. They had this loophole where you have to have your cases somewhere at the same time you had the semester, they had the subjects. So I moved to Nevada and Las Vegas, where they didn't require those, and I worked in Las Vegas as a nurse for 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah.
Wow. When was that?
That was 2014 to 2019.
Nice.
2013, I mean, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 2013 to 2019. Yeah.
Okay. And what was that experience like? Because I know in the Philippines, you're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. You went to sales. So similar thing eventually happens, but how was it out here? You stayed for a lot longer now.
Yeah. Well, being a nurse was great. I have no complaints. It's hard work, but it's also, you get compensated pretty good too. Especially when the pandemic started. I haven't worked as a nurse since 2019, before the pandemic.
Yeah.
But they got a lot more pay now when the pandemic hit. So aside from that, health insurances are great. If you work in the major hospitals, the health insurance is awesome. The 401k is great. If you work for UMC, you got great pension plans over there too. But I know that, and it's not, being a nurse was the temporary step for me.
Okay.
Especially when my son was born, because I looked at him and then said, when my son was born 2016, I looked at him as I was thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna tell my son, right, when he grows up, I wanted to tell him, hey, follow your dreams. Yep. And it kind of stuck me, because I'm not following my dreams. I'm not in sales where I really want to be, right? So that was my wake up call, and said, so my plan to be a nurse forever stopped, and I went in to become a real estate agent. I was already a real estate investor at the time, so I've seen how powerful real estate is. It can retire you. It could appreciate over time, and you can make a lot of money just by living in that house, right? Yeah. So that was the product I wanted to convey to other people. And back then, I've already helped a bunch of my friends buy homes. Never got money for it, so I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I don't care what happens, because I'm gonna die. If I'm gonna die without trying, I'll be bad. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this with full effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll regret that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Too often as parents or as leaders, we're like, hey, do as I say, not as I do, right?
Right.
Like a lot of leaders, they're not practicing what they preach. So
Correct.
Good on you. So why was it real estate? Was it because you were investing in it, or why did you want to go into real estate sales? You know, there's solar, there's car sales. You can sell, I don't know, makeup. You know, you got the people in the mall.
Right.
I'm thinking about the people in the mall
Right.
who they probably can't go home until they curl somebody's hair.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So when I was selling a lot of other items back in the Philippines, you know how hard it is to convince someone to buy something that they don't need, that's overpriced, that they can buy somewhere else for cheaper, right? So something that they don't need and something that's overpriced, and I'm really good at that. And I can sell those stuff. By the way, I could definitely sell those stuff. I had the skills for it, right? House is a necessity. You don't even have to tell the person why you need to buy a house because they already know.
Yep.
So if you've mastered selling something that people don't need, and go back and go to something that's a necessity and sell a necessity, then that's why I chose real estate. I could sell choppers, but not everyone wants to buy a chopper or a yacht, right? So yeah, that's and I believe in the product. I believe in real estate. I've experienced it myself, especially now that I've been investing. I really love the real estate.
Yeah, you know, I love what you said, right? Because real estate is a necessity, and people are always going to need it. People are always going to need hospitals. They're always going to need real estate. They're always going to need somewhere to stay, somewhere to eat, something to drink, right? And it's a product that, as long as you provide the right education, you're not even selling somebody. You're just providing them a product that they already need.
Yep.
And as long as you're educating them and guiding them the right way,
right,
it's a win-win, right?
Right.
And that's one of the values they have here. It's funny at Keller Williams, right? When I moved over here, like win-win is one of the first. It's literally the first value that they have. And the same reason I'm not in car sales. Same thing. You're not in paper towel sales anymore. It's because we're providing a product, and then we get paid pretty. We get paid okay on it.
Yeah. And if and because I love it so much, it shows when you're talking to your clients. It shows when you're trying to converse with them and tell them about the properties and what's good, what's not good. They know that you're passionate about it, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, people want to follow people that are passionate about things, right? It's super important. You know what? Before we jump into the next subject, I know this is a side note. Now I know something about you.
Sure.
When you were in the Philippines and you were in college, you liked MMA. Is that right?
Oh yeah. I trained with Team Lakay.
Team Lakay.
Team Lakay is a legendary gym.
Yeah.
In Kayang Street in the Philippines. So imagine a black market.
Okay.
There's lots of stalls, and then there's this building. First floor is the gym. Second floor is the gym. I mean, for weights. Second floor is the MMA gym. So those guys who play there were Philippine team for Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Then they transitioned to MMA, and now they're dominating one fighting championship.
They're one
in
fighting
Asia.
championship.
Yeah. So I trained with that gym. There's like a bunch of other gyms, but when we go outside and compete, it's all Team Lakay.
Wow.
Yeah. So some of the people there, like Lito Adiwang, I sparred with him myself.
You spar with Lito?
I sparred with him a lot. he's a few years younger than me, but in boxing, I beat him in boxing and jiu-jitsu, but if he add kicks to it, I'm done.
Dude,
his
the power in kicks is ridiculous.
Holy moly. Yeah. So here, man, we're in Vegas where UFC is,
There's a lot of fighters who live here, boxing, UFC, MMA.
Yeah.
I know, what's his name? Mighty Mouse. He was here now, but obviously he's at one championship. He was living here. So.
Yeah. So here in Vegas is, you sometimes on the MMA gyms or jiu-jitsu gyms, you see UFC fighters coming in and training with us with a coach, and So I love it. I love the MMA.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good community. Yeah.
That's all. Did you did you watch the Islam fight?
I haven't.
Dude.
That's the thing. I don't follow. I don't watch it.
Okay.
I just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you what, man. He took Oliveira out there, the guy with the most submissions, and he drowned him. He went out there and took him out within 2 rounds.
Oh.
The number one guy that's done the most submissions ever got submitted by someone who wasn't even a belt holder. Which is crazy, right?
Oh, he's a wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I didn't want to miss that part, and I knew that was a big part of you, because I know you had done a commercial recently where you were showing a gym, so I wanted to talk about that. So.
Oh yeah.
That's an awesome passion that you have. Wait, so do you prefer like any types of martial arts that you practice?
Well, I got injured in jiu-jitsu in here, so it kind of hurts whenever I roll hard.
Yeah.
So now I just more do stand-up, so boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. If I can, I'll go do all the classes. But I know my coaches over there are always asking me to come do this. Like, yeah. I only got an hour in a day.
It's a lot, man. That's a total time commitment.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. But if you're asking me to fight, I don't have the. I don't have. So when I was in college, I was fighting too, and really, I did boxing too. And boxing in the Philippines has a lot more money than MMA. Like, I could go there inexperienced and make like 5,000 pesos even if I lose, and if I win it's like 10,000 pesos, and then if you win, I go straight to Japan, where you'll be a someone who would have to lose unless you knock them out.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. So they get all this they got all these boxers, right, and then they win local. They send them into to somewhere in Japan, and these Japanese stars that they're trying to get records for.
They're trying to groom, yeah.
They're trying to have a lot more wins for. You have to lose unless you knock him out.
Yeah.
Which is why Pacquiao knocks out people. He never had that, so that's why he's the one in a million. So,
Pacquiao's a beast. Eight division champ.
Hell yeah.
Is he 8 division? He's just 8 division champ now, undisputed, right?
Yeah.
There's no one else that's gonna do that. To go up 8 weight. You see Canelo just tried to do it with Bivol, and then he got worked. That's coming up next. Actually on Saturday, Bivol's gonna fight again. But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to win a belt at 8 weight classes.
Right.
It's really, really hard.
I think it's very rare. Well, he started when he was 16. I think it was his first title fight. It was like 116 pounds. I just got his first title, right? And then went up from there. And a lot of unified championships too. And wow, just amazing.
Dude, he's a specimen, man. I remember him just fighting Keith Thurman like not too long ago, and him putting Keith Thurman on the ground.
Right, and Keith Thurman is in his prime.
Yeah, so just crazy, man. Anyways, all right. So now that we went into that, let's move into so real estate, right?
Right.
You've been a realtor 5 years, so in your 4th year, you closed 86 deals, no paid ads, right? You're not paying for Zillow, Realtor.com, any of these online platforms. You're doing this organically.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, what's the secret sauce? Is like Thousand Island? What are you using, man?
I bring them something to drink at our first meeting, and just close it from there.
That's it.
And I've never been really a fan of paid ads.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are doing it already.
Yeah.
I mean, you Google Realtor something, and then there's a lot of ads. So I'm hitting people from my own marketing through social media, wherein I provide a lot of value on my videos. I'll provide a lot of tips for them when they're buying or selling a house on video, and I reach out to them directly on my platform. So no one else is doing that because that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I love doing that, by the way. So from there on, it reached to someone. If you give great service to a client, he's gonna refer you other clients because he knows that you're gonna take care of them. So went from there. So probably on the 86, 80 are the result of just referrals from other clients.
Wow.
The 6 are just me, are just new contacts with people. Maybe someone's called me from a Google because I have a Google page too, and you can see all my reviews in there.
Yeah.
Someone contacted me from there, or from Zillow, or from my own listings, and they bought. So that's where the 6 came from. For
Wow.
the 80, it's all those smaller, more for past clients referring me other people, or from my group, my Facebook group, or from my profile directly, and I'm friends with them.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That reminds me. I did a training a couple years back, and that's such a Brian Buffini type thing.
Oh yeah.
He's such a work by referral,
Right.
And it's just providing that excellent service, giving tips, and just staying in touch with people, right? Building that community, and you do it like at such a high level. There's only a few other people that I know that do it at the same level as you, but like here in Vegas, I can't think of anybody who does what you do in such a short amount of time. It's only been a few years. So it's just amazing that you're coming from, hey, like, which paper towel do you want, to 86 deals,
right,
in real estate in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
that's top 1%. That's literally top 100.
Well, for me, I think, getting the marketing right. That's one of the aspect. I believe there's like at least 3 masters that if someone wants to become a successful real estate agent, they have. So at least 3 things that they need to master. Number one is they need to master the market.
Yeah.
Do they know what's happening in the community? Do they see the new constructions happening? Do they know the commercial projects that's happening in this community? Do you know the upside potential of this area? So things like that, which I love looking at it. That's one. Number 2 is mastery of real estate itself, the houses. Do you know the types of roof, types of water heaters, types of ACs? How soon do you maintain this and all that? So that's the second one. The knowledge on building properties. Yeah. So my dad's a contractor, by the way, and a lot of weekends, me and my brothers would be on construction sites. So talk to all the workers and all that, and see how things are being done. That's number 2, and then number 3 is you have to master negotiation. Yeah. Now, because you know about the sales, about the market, right, and you know about how the technicalities of properties, right, then you know how to do negotiations in sales. Yeah. Because it's not just the other side that you negotiate with. It's also your clients that you negotiate with. If they're gonna back out because of a stain that they saw on their roof, right? And you don't know why, and you just let them back out. But if I'm be there, I'll be checking with the inspector. Hey, where's this coming from? Is this something that we can resolve? Blah blah blah. And how much does it cost to resolve this? And then I give them the information. And most of the time, if they know more information about this and not give assumptions, then we can negotiate it and they can push through. So that's one big thing on saving the contracts. That one. And I think number 4 would be marketing, mastery in marketing organically.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Marketing.
There's a 5th one.
We're getting 2 bonuses today.
Yeah. The 5th one would be mastery in real estate investments. How do you find deals? Yeah. How do you determine ARVs? How do you talk to your contractors? How are you good in negotiating with your contractors in this? How fast can you turn around a property? So if you have all that, he'll be selling a lot of houses. With just the 5th one, if you know how to flip houses, with a lot of upside, if you know how to flip houses, I mean, making like 30 grand per flip, and you just flip like, I don't know, 20 deals here.
Dude, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's 600,000 right there.
Yeah.
Man, so let's unpack that a little bit. So you said there's 5 things or let's just go with the first 4, and then I feel like the investor is something else.
Yeah,
yeah. mastering the market, super important, right? You gotta know what the stats are. What's the trends? Where's the market going? Something that I love that people tell me all the time. People on the phone, they're like, "Hey, yeah, the prices it's overpriced right now. The market." I'm like, "Okay, great. So where is the value of the homes? Where are they supposed to be right now?" And it's like, "Oh, I don't know. The news told me." Right?
Yeah.
If you look at and this is a great stat that I'm actually going to tell you. In 1990, average price homes were 122. What we know on average is that values increase typically 4% year over year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
2022, if you take just that 4%, you don't even go 6, 7, 8, or 9, or any of these bigger years. You're at 428 today.
Yeah.
You're at 428 as a medium value price. So when you provide that type of stat to somebody, because the trend line is always going to be somewhere around that, up or down. So it's like, okay, when you provide that stat to somebody, what are they going to say to you? Oh, well, no, it's supposed to be at 300. So what's the stat you're telling me? Why is it supposed to be at 300? Can you tell me the information? And a lot of times, a lot of consumers or other realtors or just people in general, they just don't know. They're just going off of what the news tells you.
Right.
And that's why...
And the news is late all the time.
They're always late. They're always behind. And that's why you have to have people like yourself that you're a professional in the market. You understand the numbers. You understand where stats are at. And then you second thing you said, you got to understand the product, right? What's the foundation,
Yeah.
What's the material in the wall?
Yeah.
Right? Electrical, plumbing. How does everything function?
Yeah.
Right? Understanding that. Obviously, we're not home inspectors. We're not contractors. But understanding that helps us protect our clients.
Right.
And also put them in better positions. Because a lot of times, yeah, there might be something on the ceiling, but maybe that's 10, 20 years old. It's been resolved already.
Right. Yeah.
And there's always a way to resolve anything in a house, right? It's like Legos. All right, take that piece out, put a new one in.
Yeah, you can do pretty much anything. The question is just on the price.
It's just figuring out what's the number to get this like new.
Yeah.
And that's all it is, right? It is just, as long as you can coach your clients to that and coach people to that you're never going to have 100% new product unless you're buying new. If you're going to buy used,
even if you're buying new, there's a bunch of things that
even if you're buying new,
because it cracks all the time after a year. The stuff, the plasters crack, crack. So yeah,
100%. But as long as you know how to remediate it and fix it, you'll be in good shape. And then mastering negotiations, right? Your clients, with other agents, with contractors. If you can master negotiations, you're going to be a stud. The marketing, number 4, I love that. Because the marketing is what's going to bring people. That's what's going to bring people. They're going to see your success. It's just like Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
People see Coca-Cola everywhere. If you go to a movie theater, right before the movie comes on, hey, Coca-Cola. They do all the sounds. They make the noise. They're like, oh, man, I need to get a Coca-Cola and popcorn.
Right. Yeah. I know.
So I love everything you just said. So next. Last year you didn't have a team, and now you've expanded. You got a team. So what would you say changed?
I never wanted to build a team. Though a lot of people asked me to. I never wanted to, but when I saw an agent that needs like special training, and I was doing some I mentored him a little bit, and I knew that the training he's getting is not what he needs. Yeah. So I was just in the position of wanting to help. Yeah. And then I decided, what if I just build a team, right? And then I could help others too. Yeah. So and I also need a lot of help during the weekends and during the times that I'm in vacation. I got too much vacation. I need breaks from all those vacations, by the way. So yeah, and yeah, that's one. I needed. I wanted to help, and I needed help. So came the team. Okay. And I want to just keep it like small numbers. I don't want to increase that to a lot of too many numbers, because I don't have the structure to hold that many accountability. Yeah. So I'm not looking to grow it at any time soon, right? But yeah, I love it. Now that I've built it, I was thinking I should have done this earlier.
Well, yeah, and what you're doing you're giving yourself leverage, right? Yeah. Because if you're going to be on vacation, someone has to show the house at the end of the day, and you're blessing others. You're blessed to be a blessing at the end of the day. and that's just a beautiful thing. And the 80 people that you help, or 86 people you helped last year, that's just some of them. It's their first step of their investment, and maybe some of them, maybe that's their second, third home. And if you can help teach all of them how to become investors, dude, how many families are you gonna bless because you were able to help their parents become, financially free through real estate.
Especially people of my age, millennials.
Yeah.
Whenever they buy a house, I coach them. Hey, when they are gonna ask me if they're gonna buy a second house, right? And if they're looking to sell the first house, one of the first things I suggest to them is, hey, what if you rent out this first house?
Yeah.
So come up with the money. You don't have to go 20% down yet. Probably go 5% and then buy this and then buy the other house while retaining the first house, because I made that mistake. I made a mistake when I was younger, right? And I paid for it. so I tell them my story, and then I tell them, hey, because so let's say for me, someone retires with military pension, with a social security, and with the pension because they worked in the state for another 10 to 20 years. 65 years old, 20 years in the military, 20 years in a UMC, and then has social security. So they call him a triple hitter, right?
Yeah.
So making like what, $8,000 a month, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So $8,000 a month, and let's say for me, all my investment properties, I would make net of, let's say, $3,000 a month, right?
Okay.
Now, this 65-year-old guy, if he dies, that $8,000 a month is gone.
Okay.
Right. And me, when he was making $8,000, after 10 years he dies, right? For me, after 10 years, that $3,000 a month may be making what, 6, 7?
Yeah, it appreciates. You're making 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So after 10 years, I'm matching that one. He's still at 8,000. Now, let's say he dies, then there's no more $8,000 a month. For me, after 10 years, it's that, and let's say if I die, that $7,000 a month is gonna be passed on to my children.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell my clients, because especially for someone of my age, when we retire, we might not have social security anymore. I don't know. Maybe we get bumped out.
I'm not thinking that we'll have social security.
Right.
So I think when because we're the same age. So when we get there, I don't think social security will be there. Also, I don't think I really believe this, and I don't know. You correct me if you think something else. I think in 20 years, it's going to be really hard for our kids to buy a house. I think so. By that time, 15% of, just last year, 15% of all homes were bought by an institutional buyer. Right? Right now, the market is declining. Eventually, there's going to be a point where it stops declining.
Yeah. Institutional
buyers get back in, maybe they buy another 10, 15% of these homes. If they keep doing that year over year over year, and the society is going to become renters. The entire society is going to become renters.
Oh yeah.
If we don't step up and put that in place for them, right? Because what are people telling us, right? All right, go become a renter, or either buy a home, or get pay for the college fund, right? If my child is born right now, do I want to invest into a house, or do I want to invest into a college fund?
House.
Yeah, you want to invest to a house, because that house you get to keep forever. That college fund, once they go to college, it's done. It's gone.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not even enough at that point. Right. How much it's costing,
inflation.
With inflation, I just put up a post the other day, and it's funny. Some people weren't too happy about it, but it's okay. Like, some colleges are like $150,000 for a 4 to 6 year degree, and now you're getting paid $50,000-$60,000 a year.
Right.
Plus that $150 has interest on it.
Right. Yeah. So, I know. It's
how far are you away from buying a home now? How far are you to becoming the owner of your finances?
Right. Unless if they work in tech.
Yeah.
They make what, 200, 300 maybe.
Of course.
So I'm gonna tell my son, hey, if you don't go into computer data analysis and all that, if you're not gonna go in tech, go become a plumber. Work for me.
hey, have a trade. I love trades. Yeah. AC, plumbing, electrical. Those are all 6-figure careers.
Yeah,
and you can turn that into a business that you can own.
Yep.
So I completely agree with it.
Definitely.
And it's weird how I know when I was growing up, there was like, I feel like there was like certain like stipulations on it, like stigmas. It's like, oh, you're a plumber, you know. And now obviously we're in the space. It's like, dude, these plumbers make a lot of money,
like $200,000.
I'm about to go become a plumber, get poop out of the toilet. Shoot,
right,
200,000, done deal.
So I was gonna say, so negotiating with contractors is also a different skill.
Yes.
So when I was a kid, I always talked to these contractors. So when you're in sales don't talk to trades don't talk to sales the same language. They have this different language.
Yeah.
And for me, I talk the same. I talk both for the trades and for the sales, and I was impressed. And that's I think that's what that's also my difference with a lot of other realtors. I know how to talk their language.
It's important because we all have different communications, right? I mean, even with love languages, I think there's like 5 of them. So if I feel like if you can communicate to your clients the same way, oh, this is what makes you happy, right? Then you know how to convert people. You know what? I wanted to ask you about this. So you've been investing, and now you started a VA company. Is that right?
Yeah. So I started a VA company called Cadwa VA Solutions. Cadwa in Ilocano means partner.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cadwa VA Solutions provides. So before I get to that, I know a lot of my friends in the Philippines are virtual assistants.
Yeah.
And they always tell me they have terrible
bosses.
Yeah. People who don't understand their culture, they want them to work on the Philippine holidays and all that, and they want them to work at this time to this time, and there's no compassion, something like that. So
they're ruthless.
Yeah. So I talked to a couple of my friends over there too, who has been VAs for a long time.
Okay.
And they worked for marketing for a VA company. They work for a bunch of other VA clients too. And they said they wanted to start their own. So I partnered up with them, me and a friend of mine, Ludi Magada. She's an accountant. So all 4 of us partnered up and opened up Cadwa VA Solutions.
Wow.
So for Cadwa VA Solutions, we could provide any job that can be done virtually.
Okay.
So you got transaction coordinators, you got appointment setters, right? You got bookkeepers, you got customer service, like someone who answers your phone for you and directs you and all that. You got video editors, social media, the people who handle social media.
Social media managers.
Yeah. And graphic designers. So we have serviced a bunch of clients, and everything's good. I have a client I also have a program where we kind of mimic what I've been doing in Facebook.
Okay.
In marketing organically in Facebook, we kind of do the same thing to another profile, and the results have been great, by the way. So I started this product called Facebook Farming program, and I teach that program too. I think we did a 10-minute session in here, and Dale's gonna ask me to do another one, just for that. It's gonna be 30 minutes, and then whatever I'm doing there, I'm doing to another profile. So I trained a few VAs who do it, and the results have been great. So yes, I don't make a lot of money with a VA company, but if I could provide a lot more other jobs in the Philippines and make those people from low class to middle class income earners, then I'll be happy.
Dude, that's amazing, right? You're providing opportunities for people who wouldn't have had it otherwise.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, my employees from my company too. My transaction coordinator, I hired her from my company, and she's been great. Awesome. I have no complaints on that. Yeah. Saves me a lot of money too.
Yeah. Now your VA company, is that just for real estate agents, or can other trades come in, or or how do you have it?
We could do other trades. We could service a nurse practitioner business too. So it can be any other trades. Many of our virtual assistants are coming from the business process outsourcing for Adidas, Nike. I'll see here. Adidas, Nike, a lot of these big other companies who work customer service, marketing, and all that. So any business, as long as it can be virtual, we can do it. Yeah.
Nice, man. That's gonna be big. I feel like this is just the groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how long have you had it? Like,
we started last November.
okay.
Yeah, it's coming a year now.
How many people do you have on there?
How many owners?
How many?
The partners?
How many VAs do you have so far?
Oh, yeah, unlimited.
Oh, unlimited.
Great.
Great.
Because once we have a job order, there's tons of VAs who wants to be in my company. I have no problems with getting virtual assistants. My problem is getting them more jobs.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do, getting more clients and more jobs, so I could fill this ones.
So, who's the person listening right now that's like, you know what? Maybe I have a budget for an assistant, but I don't have a budget for. Well, I would like to have an assistant, but I can't. Like, they're too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's that person that you would say this was for?
So this is for someone who has even if a little budget, because you could start having part time.
Okay.
Because once you've seen the value of it, you're never gonna go back.
Yeah.
To not having that. So it's also a leap. It's also I would say a leap of faith, right? Just go for someone doing full time, and then because I'm gonna coach you on how to do your tasks, do your 30, 60, 90 plan.
Yeah.
So, but if your VA has surpassed all those, it should be good to go.
Nice.
Yeah, just go for it. Do some change in your life.
And I don't want to have you discuss price if you don't want to. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, okay, how much would it cost me, like, per month?
It depends on the skill level and experience of the virtual assistant.
Yeah.
So typically now, between $6 to $12 an hour.
$6 to $12 an hour.
Depending on let's say someone who's a graphic designer and a video editor and with a lot of skills and knowledge, that could be $12 an hour. Yeah.
Social media is important, so I can see how that could be a little bit more expensive.
And that's if you hire them full time. Many of times, let's say you want to build a website and all that, they can do it, but it's just per contract, and we can do those too. So you want to build a website, we can do that, and this is just gonna be the price for it per contract.
Okay. Oh, so you have per item pieces as well.
We can do those as well.
Okay. So a la carte menu.
We could do we could do the a la carte too. We could get a video. We could, let's say, to do a marketing video under 3 minutes. That's $50.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty cheap. Okay.
Yeah, you need some logos done. It's like $10 here, $15. Yeah, all that. We could do those.
$10.
A la carte. Yeah, I got a really good video editor, graphic designer with me.
Man, I'll tell you what. I try whenever I'm home, and my wife's like, "Let's go out." Like, if I just step out the door, I already know I've lost $200. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, we went to In-N-Out, they robbed us. Like, I don't know. You just leave the house, you already know. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go here, and it's just crazy, right? Because you're like, oh, we're gonna stop here, stop there, and you're like, hey, I just went to go buy like a piece of gum, and then $200 later, there you go. Yeah. It's the weirdest thing ever. So I'm sure people have extra money for that. Mm-hmm. So cool. Well, here. So the VAs right now in your business, you said they were helping you basically Facebook farm, is that right?
Yes, so that's a new program I created. I only have like 3 people who could do it as of now.
Okay.
Service one person could service up to 3 clients, something like that. So we have a few clients on. But it's a delicate process where we do the posting, the stories, we get the videos, we post it, we message the members, we ask them first, hey, these are the friends, that we have requested. Let us know if this is okay or if we need to cancel someone out. Are we okay to send this message? And we send this message in. It has to be approved by the owner first, because what if it's our ex?
Oh yeah. Pineapples.
So all that, and we do a weekly meeting with them. Hey, this is their assault. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say. Is there a price for that, or you don't have to say if you want to say consultation?
Oh yeah. So typically it would cost about $750 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
especially with the result that you get if they're emulating you.
Yeah, I have a client who has 98,000 followers now. Yeah,
98,000 followers.
98,000 followers on their social.
Wow.
That's like yeah, I was crazy.
Okay, I need to interview her. Where's she at?
Oh, you'll know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool stuff, man.
But here's the thing: we don't tell anyone who are
of course
clients unless they say
okay,
yes.
Unless they're open to it, yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't want people to know that it's not them who's posting this, or it's 100%. Not them messaging this.
Yeah. And it's funny, man. When I was going through one of my old coaching programs, I was like, I didn't realize that he had it so squared away that he had a VA messaging me back and forth to recruit me to the coaching program, and I didn't know it was somebody else.
Yeah.
And then I ended up signing up. He was a good guy though, either way.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, like the way that people use leverage to just grow their companies is crazy.
Oh yeah, if you train them well.
If you train them well, you have the clear processes.
Yeah.
So, tell me, what 5 years from now, where are you gonna be?
I'm hoping to have a bigger team serving a lot more clients.
Okay.
Maybe 10 years from now, I want it to be a contractor, builder, now finding land deals and building houses on it.
Developing, huh?
Development.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe do commercial development. I don't know.
I met somebody. Well, one of my buddies in California. He just told me he actually flips commercial in LA.
Yeah, not a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
but man, it's very lucrative.
Very, very lucrative, right? Because it's the same effort, right? Hey, if I'm gonna flip a condo same timeline, right? Whether I'm flipping a condo, a house, a building, it's all the same timeline. It's just at a massive scale, right?
Yeah, or they could flip it and rent it out. Then with commercial, it can be vacant for 2 years, but once someone's in there, they can be there for a long time now. Yeah.
You're finding the right tenants, yeah. So that's awesome. What's a few more questions? So it sounds like helping people is very important to you. So is there a why behind everything you do?
Yeah, I guess the why is I wanna live where I get the most I wanna live in a way that my highest potential is seen.
I love that.
So I don't think my potential I don't think I'm at my highest yet.
Okay.
So I'm working on it. But I want to see where my limit is too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that, man. I've heard the story a few times, right? It's like when you get to your deathbed, is the person that you meet there, is that person happy with what you've actually done with your life, or is that someone else? Did you leave a lot on the table? Yeah.
So when I was working as a nurse, I saw two older nurses, husband and wife, worked as nurses all their life, and then the husband, I saw him, he couldn't even walk anymore. Like one night he couldn't walk, and he's one of the best nurses I've seen, and placing IVs.
Yeah.
And when I'm having trouble, I ask him, "Hey, can you come here?" And then I saw him already limping, and then he couldn't work anymore.
Wow.
And then the wife is gonna go to that stage too. So I was like, I don't want to be a nurse all my life. It's just it's great. I don't think I'm living my life to its best potential.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I just told I have to live my life the way I want it to.
Yeah, life by design is super important.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in your life that has been like, man, this person really impacted me and got me to where I need to be, or like it really just set me on the course, and I got on the ship and then I just took sail, and this person really helped me?
Yeah, one of the brokers at my previous brokerage, when I interviewed with him, I didn't believe in myself. Being real estate, I didn't think I was a registered nurse. I was just gonna do part time, and be one of those statistics. And then and I felt that he did really believe in my potential based on the way that what I told him. And then and I didn't believe it myself, but he was right. He was right on what he told me, and yeah, that was one of my best inspirations.
Yeah, they say that there's only two people you need to believe in you. It's yourself and then someone else.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it right there. So, book. I always like to ask everybody,
sure,
if you had to recommend a book to the audience, what would it be?
If you're starting in sales,
for entrepreneurial,
if you want to be a really good,
or just personal development.
Yeah. There's this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie, master.
It's not about sales, but it's about how to converse.
Yeah.
How to have conversations with people, and if you're in sales, that's what you really need. And how to win friends and influence people is how to get people to understand you, and how get the people to listen to you. Not forcefully, but they have to listen to you because you've done this, because you've done the homework on it. It's a great book. I wouldn't want to. I don't want to.
You don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. It's a great book. I read it like once a year.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm pretty sure most listeners have read that one, because it's one of the big like personal development ones that you start off with. Like you got Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You have all these different personal development books, and that's definitely just one of them. The 4 Agreements is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any quote or saying or phrase that you live by that you're like, man, I love this quote?
That's what I said. Just live your life at your highest potential.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I think, are stuck in where they're at because they're trying to do something that they're not meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you see a fish trying to climb a tree.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people are. You see a monkey trying to swim fast, like a fish. That's where people are stuck. But if you're able to find what you really want to do and double down, triple down on it, and you're happy with it, then that's I think that's the thing. And a lot of us are built differently, so a lot of us have different specialties, and a lot of people excel in different, like even as a realtor. So a lot of people are really good at cold calling. A lot of people are really good at door knocking, open houses. I know I'm not good at that, but I've tried those. And I'm really good at social media. So once you find what you really want to, what you enjoy doing, what you feel like you could do it for years and years, double down, triple down on it. Don't try to go for the other stuff, because you could be missing a lot if you're not focusing on what you really excel in.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Just what you said was super powerful right now, right? It's like a fish can't climb a tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not where the lane is. But if you put a fish in the ocean,
in the water,
he's gonna swim super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the power of just focusing on what you need to be focused on and driving the right car in the right lane, that's all the difference, man.
Yeah.
So thanks for your time today, bro.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
For
See you next
inviting
one.
me.
So don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.